So, we're partway through a series this morning, the Psalms of Ascent. The Songs of Ascent? Psalms of Ascent. Which, as has already been said to us, are songs of pilgrimage. You'll be pleased to know that I'm not going to give you a proper talk this morning, but we're going to look briefly at the psalm that I've got, which is Psalm 123. And these are psalms that were written, as has been explained to us, that they sung together on their way up on their pilgrimage up to Jerusalem. So if we can have the psalm, I'm going to read that to you. This is Psalm 123. I lift my eyes to you who sit enthroned in heaven. As the eyes of slaves look to the hand of their master, as the eyes of a female slave look to the hand of her mistress, so our eyes look to the Lord our God, till he shows us mercy. Have mercy on us, Lord, have mercy on us, for we have endured no end of contempt. We have endured no end of ridicule from the arrogant, of contempt from the proud. Just keep that slide up. So this psalm talks about looking up as the eyes of slaves look to the hand of their master. It's not there. We're not here to kind of say we endorse slavery. When I was thinking about this, I was thinking about what it means for a servant or a servant probably, or a slave, to look to their master. Because sometimes we might think, oh, that's somebody looking in abject fear, isn't it, of this person who controls them and owns them and may punish them. And then I started thinking about, I love the series Downton Abbey. And if Rachel, I can see Rachel's probably rolling her eyes now, because I watch it quite a lot. And I realise it's a romanticised picture of what the world was like then. But a lot of the stories in Downton Abbey kind of focus on that relationship between the servants below stairs and the family above stairs. And what comes across in that programme is that it isn't just a tyrannical kind of boss that is ordering somebody about. The family have these servants working for them for most of their lives, a lot of the time, and they grow to love them and cherish them and look out for them. And I realised that if it wasn't always like it's shown in Downton Abbey. There were difficult situations, but it just made me think about the nice bits of Downton Abbey and that kind of, and how the servants really looked up to their masters and wanted the best for them and wanted their name to be upheld and not to be, just that kind of relationship. And it just got me thinking about that being a servant is not, to me, this psalm speaks about, it's our posture as we look towards God. When we become Christians, sometimes it's easy to think, I've got God on my side now. I can go, oh God, please can I have this? Please can I have this? And you're going to be a friend that walks beside me and it's all going to be lovely. And there is an element of that. I have got a friend who walks beside me. But I also serve a God who is God. And that demands that I look to him with a sense of awe, a sense of recognising who he is. And the psalm is also a psalm where the people are crying out to mercy, crying out for mercy to God. We don't cry out to mercy as to a God who might give it to us if he's feeling, we don't go, oh God, please give, we're not someone who's imprisoned and crying out to mercy to tyrannical people who are probably never going to hear them. We're crying out to God, to a God who we know is going to give us mercy, to a God that we know always has our best at his heart. We're reaching out to God for what we already know he longs to do for us. So we'll come back to that psalm a bit later, but those were just a few thoughts that I had that will hopefully aid us in our worship as we look to that God. We're going to sing, and we'll be singing quite a few songs this morning. You won't be surprised when I'm up here. We usually sing quite a few songs. I want you to worship as you feel comfortable. Stand, sit, arms in the air, arms down. Dance if you want to. Oh, yes, says Tina. I want you to worship as you feel comfortable. We're not here to please each other. We're here to worship God. So we're gonna stand together now if you want to, and we're gonna worship God. I love little interruptions. I did notice that they were sat with their heads down. I didn't realise they were watching another church service. Right, so back to my thoughts, but that was lovely. Thank you. I'm going to play a song to you now. Now, it's streamed, confession from me as well. This is streamed on YouTube. And I asked Ian this week, is there any way we can play this? And he said, well, it's owned by Gas Street. So if you happen to know somebody in Gas Street that could give you permission. So I do happen to know someone who's a worship leader in Gas Street, so I've had permission, okay? This song, it's called Hallelujah, Jesus Saves. Some of you might know it. I've had some of the words in this song just going round and round in my head, and God's really spoken to me through these words, especially over the last couple of months. So we're going to listen to this together. I think the words come up on the screen as well. Was it just audio? I can't remember. Anyway, listen. A few thoughts afterwards. So. Loud, it's difficult to hear the words. I'm just going to read some of these words to you, and then we're going to concentrate on a few. Oh, my soul, take courage. You were born for a time like this. In the strife and the struggle, God is strong when you are weak. Oh, his love is an army fighting by your side. His love is a rescue in the raging fire. Praise is rising like a battle cry. Hallelujah, Jesus saves. So we won't stop singing when the lights go out. We won't stop singing when we're feeling down. We can't stay silent. There's a love we found. Hallelujah, Jesus saves. Oh my soul, take courage. Heart, hold firm to gospel truth. Though this world is shaking, Christ, the rock, will steady you. So next slide, please. So sorry, Ian, I'm going to be really awkward. Can we have the slide with the psalm again? From the beginning, yeah. So just quick reminder that the first verse of that psalm was, I lift my eyes to you who sit enthroned in the heaven. And then we'll go. I've been thinking about this week. And in the Message, I love this version, it says, I look to you, heaven-dwelling God. Look up to you for help. I like that phrase, heaven-dwelling God. What does that mean? Does that bring a picture to you of, God with a nice long white beard and wearing white and sat on the clouds, angels with harps around him? I don't believe heaven is a geographical place. I don't know what heaven is like. I do know that by the grace of Jesus, I will be there one day, whatever it looks like. Hallelujah. But I was thinking a little bit about this song, Heaven Dwelling God. There's lots of uncertainty in our world at the moment, isn't there? And there's lots of strange things happening in America, dare I mention it, and the wars that rage on. And sometimes you'll hear people say, and I've used the phrase as well, remember who is still on the throne. And that's what this captures for me, that we serve a heaven-dwelling God. That whatever is going on in our wider world, whatever is going on in our narrower worlds, we serve a God who dwells in heaven. And that's not a God who's sat up on the clouds. We've talked about looking up to God, so I feel like you might think I'm contradicting myself here. I'm not. This is the God that we look to with awe and wonder. But he's a God that heaven is here. But he's a heaven-dwelling God. He still has the power. He still has the authority. And when the world is shaking, we can still look to him. So there's a slide now with a few words from that song that we just listened to. And these are the words that I've been circling in my mind, or I'm singing in my mind like an earworm. Oh, my soul, take courage. Heart, hold firm to gospel truth. Though this world is shaking, Christ the rock will steady you. So when you feel like your world is shaking, when we look to the news and think, oh, what is the world coming to? Literally. Or when you feel like there's uncertainty in your life, and there's lots of uncertainty that we live through, isn't there? Think of those words. I can send you the song and you can have an earworm too. But think of those words. Oh, my soul, take courage. Heart, hold firm. Get your heart to hold firm to the truth, the gospel truth of who God is, who Jesus is. And though the world around you is shaking, Christ the rock will steady you. I hope those words bless you as they've blessed me. And that is just a bit of a roundabout way, but what that psalm made me think about when we're looking up to our God in heaven. We're going to sing again now. We weren't going to have this song till yesterday morning, but when you see the words, you'll see why it suddenly came to me. We're going to worship that God who is on that higher throne.